put me on sleep mode.
I've put you on sleep mode. It'd be quite good, wouldn't it, if you could do that sometimes with people?
Just unplug yourself.
Just really annoying, or just really annoying people. Just go and sleep.
If you like Paul McKenna.
Paul McKenna,
he was a hypnotist, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Paul McKenna just and sleep.
Look into my eyes, not around my eyes, into my eyes.
A whole different show. So what's been happening? We've
been catching up on TV.
We've been catching up on TV. Well done, Mark. Well done. Bless him.
That saying, we've been catching up on TV. We've been watching a bit of TV.
Well, we're catching up, meaning like we've watched a few series and then we get like waylaid. Or
because the kidlets don't like watching the same things. Debbie does
Dallas No, we don't watch that. You might, I don't.
There's that video that James left.
We won't talk about that. That was 25 years ago. But catching up on stuff that we start a series and then, or a new series of something that we were watching before comes out, like Clarkson's Farm. That's the one we've been watching recently.
Yes, so and the whole family like that.
So that's something everybody will watch. Because it is very entertaining, whether you love or hate.
Well, it was
Jeremy Clarkson.
Educational.
Yes, it's very educational. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of people don't. It's education about farming life, basically, because we are not farmers, so we don't really appreciate all the stuff that goes on in the farming world, because that's not our world. You know, we look at fields and we go, "Oh, that's nice," and there's some nice cows, and you get nice food and. Stuff, but we don't really understand. I mean, you worked on a farm when you were like...
Yeah, but that was different. And landscaping, you get to appreciate soil.
And weather conditions and all that stuff. Just how nature obviously messes with it as well.
In terms of educational, like, he's obviously trying to...
Yeah, I know. I think we'll get to that in a minute. But
am I rushing?
Come on, Jesus. Get away. Get back in your box, talent. But no, more so that everybody will watch it. But it's also, whether you love or hate Jeremy Clarkson, it is... entertaining, and it's grown obviously a massive popularity.
He does belittle himself.
Well, when he first started, he'd obviously bought this farm in, I think it was like 2008 or something, and he had the original farmer farmed it. He just owned it
at the farmhouse
and had the big house, and they had a proper farmer who knew what he was doing vaguely to run it. So then he retired, and then Jeremy Clarkson decided, I know, it's a really good idea, for a great TV series, but also to him to take over, and obviously then had to employ people who did know what they were doing to sort of guide him, or him just ignore every piece of advice they've ever given him. So it is obviously that him failing many, many, many times and buying ridiculous equipment that he doesn't really need, and gadgets and...
Lamborghini tractor.
Yeah, and animals that are a complete nightmare to look after. But it does make good TV. And so now it's on its 5th series. So it's got some real characters in it as well. So there's like same characters who've stayed throughout, and a few people come in and out from external whatever's going on in that series. So he's obviously that himself. His long-term partner, as she's described, Lisa,
who's very tall.
She's also very tall. So Jim Clark's about 6'5", did we work out? Something like that? Tall. She's got to be about 6'3", I reckon, 6'2".
That's very tall for a lady.
It's good though, so she can literally look him in the face. I don't think that really matters so much because he's had that other female farmer. What's her name? Harriet or something? Harriet. She came on and she was telling him, bossing him around and telling him what to do.
Off about his eyebrows or
trimming his eyebrows and all sorts of. So it's very like behind the scenes. It's apparently not scripted, but obviously there's a plan. Obviously they know for that day they've got to do certain things on the farm, and obviously they can work it around and say, okay, why don't we get so and so. So Caleb is this young farmer who he's got in initially from day one, pretty much, who's very, very naive about the rest of the world.
Well, hasn't travelled outside of Chipping Camden.
He literally knows farming, and he knows his fields, and he knows his local village, and he knows everybody in it, and he's very knowledgeable about that side of things. But anything outside of popular culture or anything outside in the world, he doesn't know about. I mean, in this current series 5, the first time they go out of
England.
He goes, he leaves England. I mean, basically leaves Oxfordshire, which I don't think he's really done that much part. Although he has, because he's become really successful in his own right. So Caleb obviously is a bit of a character, but he's done a tour. He's written books.
To know who'd want to go and watch Caleb live in this.
Yeah, but who goes and watch half the people that end up doing tours and talks and It's not just something we would go and see, but there's so many people. You've seen him on the thing when he's out and about. He's getting stopped as much as Jeremy Clarkson now.
True.
He's become a little celebrity in his own right.
He did bring up the valid point about number plates, because they're driving towards the tunnel. He was like, well, what's... Obviously French number plates, and he couldn't get the German one because that's a D, not
it was
G.
Denmark, which is what you'd think it would be.
Makes no sense. Everyone else, NL, Netherlands.
Yeah, but no, then when you got Spain, Espanol. That's not S, is it? It's E.
Yeah, but at least it's in their language.
So it's Deutschland.
Oh, yes.
Sorry about that.
Is there any others that are in... okay.
Okay, great. So anyway, Caleb leaves the country, which is quite entertaining.
He's very good. He didn't like the tunnel.
But they've done. I mean, how much do you think each? So it's Amazon Prime. So Jeremy Clarkson obviously has done extremely well out of this series. A, because he knows how to make good TV or good series, and obviously he's a very good businessman in external of farming. What works? So how much do you think he gets paid roughly, allegedly, per series?
Per series. Well, it's got to pay for the farm, which has never made any money in 5 years. So I'd say he's getting at least... Well, now it's grown. First year wouldn't have got as much. I'd say he's now getting 5 million a series.
10-ish plus. 10 plus. It's all in dollars, obviously, because it's Amazon Prime, but other channels are available, but this is on Amazon Prime. But so it's just, I think for us it's like just sort of has all the sort, and then you've got the crazy like little Gerald, who's like the real local yokel who no one can understand because he just talks in his own full-on Cotswold accent.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it just covers everything, doesn't it? And then he obviously bought the pub.
Yeah, so not only the farm, obviously the pub and mad stuff that goes on the pub. I mean,
well, the whole idea, the principle of the pub was to provide food that was all from local farms.
Yeah,
so
and
he's
also
a big pusher for that.
divert from, because he's got a farm shop, and the farm shop caused loads of rifts locally between the council. Yeah, because I actually don't know. I think they've moved it to the barn, haven't they now?
It was all to do with parking.
So yeah, it's just 'cause so many people. They almost like, it was so popular. Everybody thinks they're going to go and see Jeremy Clarkson every time they arrive. And so there was like massive queues, parking nightmares, blocking roads, all that stuff. So obviously all the locals were like, we don't like this. Even though he was using some of their produce to sell. But anyway, so he's now moved it all to this pub, and he's got this big barn at the side of the pub, which is like a big deli sort of produce, everything place that people can go and buy stuff as well. But again, on this series, he shows the pub, and obviously he's flitting between problem solving on the farm and going to the pub. Attack. Having a heart issue.
Potentially a heart attack.
So the stress of everything, and obviously not looking after himself and just eating meat, nothing else. So the pub, he was saying he went there and he said, he sat down and he literally said, look, how many, basically, so they've almost, I'm going to stop talking now. They've sort of overexcited themselves with the fame of the pub, basically, and so many people, it's made so popular that people come, almost like a tourist attraction, like going to see Buckingham Palace. They go to Jeremy Clarkson's pub to say they've been to the pub. Yeah,
well, to the point where the toilets have to be emptied and...
So, yes, it's overkilled of the amount. So the previous pub owners, obviously, it worked fine because they had normal sittings of people. They have so many people in the pub and so many covers, if you like, of lunches, dinners, whatever.
And the big one that I couldn't get over was the cost that he has to pay for the parking attendants.
Yeah, what was it? Something like
25 grand
a month.
So obviously the big one is not to upset the local councillors, which they did before with the shop. So they're obviously, sedating them and keeping them happy, placating them. But I was like, what? 20? So I mean, he was losing, what was it, 8 grand a month or something?
Yeah.
Because they're a victim of their own success.
Yeah, exactly. That's the words I was looking for.
And they're like, but then 25 grand on parking attendants. Just to make sure that there's flow on the dual carriageway is outside. And,
so he bought this pub on the side of a dual carriageway, thinking it's a busy road already, and it's got 2 lanes, so it's not going to cause...
No one's going to tell me off.
The stuff, it's on the main road, it's not like in a quiet country lane, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so many issues. So then also it's not a spoiler because, it's just what happens on the show. He has a whole load of travellers arrive, which he thinks are going to be there forever. But they're actually just doing this sort of trap racing.
So they have there's a law local byway law that they're allowed to exercise their animals on public carriageways.
They're literally going up and down the dual carriageway in between the traffic with a horse and a tiny metal cart.
It's just bollocks. We were talking about it. It's like when we get the guys coming here travelling in Ham and they just leave shit, and I mean literally shit everywhere. And they break a padlock to get into his car park, and the police do nothing about it. They give him 150 quid and 3 red 50 quid notes
cash
to pay for the padlock and the litter they've left. I'm like, I'd got no time for that.
Yeah,
shit.
he was.
And also it delayed the pub opening. So
we're also powerless because no one can come into the car park because they've completely taken over the car park with all their horse vehicles and vans and trailers and everything like that, and they just have to wait. And he's like, well, are they leaving? I'm like, the police are just there, but they can't do anything.
No.
Which is ridiculous because they've actually broken and entered. So, but these people don't have anywhere that they can send an official letter
I guess, yeah.
to charge them. Anyway, aside from that, the pub, interestingly, has many thefts. So he went in, he said, right, these light bulbs in the toilets, people take every single day, they're replacing light bulbs. And then, even worse than that, who would want to? The urinal plug things, they've had to screw in now, officially, with these particular filter things, because people were taking them. Who on earth would want to take a urinal thing that loads of people have weed on?
And I doubt it was bespoke with the farmer's dog on it.
No, it's got nothing to do with the pub on it. And the glasses, this was the thing that astounded us. So he's got normal, pint glasses. With just Hawkston beer on.
I think it just says Hawks.
It hasn't got the name of the pub, hasn't got Jeremy Clarkson, hasn't got Clarkson's Farm, hasn't got anything that you think would be really cool. Just the brewery. How many glasses per week that are stolen was astounding.
We thought maybe 30 to 40, and we were
400 glasses they're having to replace
those parking
every
attendants
week.
Need to kind of frisk people when they leave.
Exactly, they need to have a metal detector gate. They have to go out and literally or like hit them with something. So if they're holding a glass, it would break.
Yeah, you just
jangle your bag,
kick the shit out of them, and if nothing breaks or lacerates any veins, then
before
they're okay.
They need to have security on the pub. So when they leave the pub,
Susie.
Like you do a bag search if you go into Twickenham Stadium. They need to do a bag search when they leave.
Talking to the converted.
Honestly, though, I'm going to offer to go and do that.
As a business,
unbelievable.
I wonder how many. We should ask Sarah from the Boaters how many glasses they think go missing. Especially when they get a new one. Have you stolen one from there?
Not that we stole. One arrived.
Wait a minute.
No, we didn't steal them personally.
Oh, that's fine then.
One arrived with a group of Flynn's friends one night, and has stayed.
Yeah.
And then the other one was a person who shall not be named who brought it back to our house.
Is that the name that rhymes with Dunkeep?
What?
Does his name rhyme with Dunkeep?
No.
Oh,
what? That is not a rhyme for his name.
Sundeep.
Dunkeep.
That rhymes with Sundeep.
Okay, yes, but we can't name him.
Okay,
he's a
we
very
won't call him
person.
Sundeep Dillon.
No, he's a very important person. He didn't actually do it. He was just there.
He did. You're trying to back out now. He put it in your bag and you agreed to it.
No,
so
I didn't.
You evaded.
I'm an accomplice.
Yes, like the Michael Jackson trial.
Anyway.
So yes.
Sorry,
but the educational bit, the land I found amazing, but they drove to Netherlands with Caleb.
So backtrack just for fraction.
How?
You can continue, just a fraction, meaning... So obviously with the whole future of farming, smart farming...
Well, they were also talking
AI, anything that's linked to that, because obviously, a lot of the farming is fundamentally hours and hours of people doing manual labour, using tools to help them, but it's still... a manual supervision, human supervising whatever machine is being used.
And the big change as well, obviously, was a government change that farms were no longer avoiding inheritance tax.
Yeah.
And, what's her name, Rachel Reeves said it would only affect X amount, and it didn't. It affected 75% rather than she saying it only affected 20%. She was trying to get rid of, as Jeremy Clarkson validly said, the wealthy people that come in, buy all this land for tax avoidance systems.
Yeah.
But then you look at how many of the family farms they've just hit with this.
Which is even the machinery, because it was something like the £1 million was the cap. And even just some of the machinery and it cost that before you even bring in the animals and bring in you know, the produce and the sort of distribution costs and all those things that have to be put into it is mega. And that's just small holdings, if you like, small holdings. Okay, carry on. Smart farming. Go.
Oh yeah, so they're looking at increasing the productivity of their farm. So they go to the Netherlands and they go to this place, and this big Dutch guy, obviously, you walk into the barn. The barn had slated floors so it could underheat, so airflow, so they could keep grain and produce in there, so there'd be natural airflow. That was by the by. They made most amazing all the Fendi tractors, which
the barns were literally.
No,
I think
that's a brag brand. Fendt,
yeah, something.
I mean, amazing.
But Jeremy Clarkson was saying they could fit all their barns into like just one of their barns. This guy had like 5 amazing top of the range tracks.
But he was
a
proper nerd, so he had this ability to. He had a sensor that would go over the farmland and measure the fertility of the ground, and so he could then put that into a system, and then when he fertilises the ground, it would vary the amount of fertiliser required on which part of that field, which was low producing and so on. So that was phenomenal.
But also done by almost like a drone and other equipment. It wasn't actually done by a human so much.
No, that one where he was pulling it along on a quad bike.
Yeah, no, that was measuring it, but I mean actually spraying the crops.
Yes, they were doing it by drone.
What's it called?
Fertilizer?
No, not fertilizer. Was the other one as well? It was more like the weed killer as well.
Pesticide.
That's the word, pesticides.
But these massive drones, and then EU law. He was saying very clever. EU law, you're not allowed to fly drones. So he basically qualified his farm as an airport.
As an airport, yeah.
So he could therefore fly his drones over there.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting about, and then obviously they went to a farm show, and there was manless tractors which could all be programmed by.
Yeah. So they went to this agricultural show in the UK originally, wasn't it?
Birmingham.
Yeah, somewhere, and obviously Jeremy Clarkson was walking around going,
NEC,
"What's that? What's that? What's that?" It was like Kaylee was literally like a kid in a sweet shop, just like, "Oh my god, this is so brilliant." So he went off, and then Jeremy Clarkson obviously got
amazing. Yeah, it is
sold gadgets and gizmos. That
but
are
I just wonder how many farmers can afford that. I mean, I'm sure you can, like Combine, you can lease it or whatever you do, you rent it.
Yeah. So there was this robot. Sounds really generic, but like a computerized robot machine, basically, that would
the tractor.
The other one, the Akil something or other, whatever it's called, Akbot or something.
Oh yeah.
And so obviously it would literally, like you said, just programmed to go along, turn, start at certain places.
Perfectly straight lines. Yeah. Cultivate the soil.
Which he loved. So you can lease that, but I think they were about like 300 grand or something.
But they did actually bring some of that technology, because then when they fertilised the farm, they knew that this guy, the Dutch guy, had already scanned one of their fields and said,
mapped it out. Yeah.
You've got, very fertile soil here, but less so. So you could see it changing the quantity of fertiliser.
Yeah. So then you just literally bog standard covered the whole thing.
That's very clever.
The most exciting thing, that was really exciting, but then the other smart farming was that one in Rotterdam, where it was like a floating farm. So
floating dairy farm.
Completely self-sufficient. So this couple who owned it was not huge. What they said was like an acre or something. No,
yeah, I think was it football pitch size?
Something,
it was 3 levels, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's on 3 levels. So it was literally just like in the dock, floating around. They had like a little field, so the cows can get free range, so they can go on and off,
milk themselves.
Where they like, go to the field, have a little chew on some grass, have a poo, whatever they want to do, and then come back in when they know they need milking. They just walk into this little area, and it all self-attaches.
Get their nipples attacked.
And then their udders, thank you.
Udders.
Do the milking, and then within that whole floating farm was, so they used the grass cuttings from the football stadium.
Yes.
To feed the cows.
Yeah.
So that's like free.
And apparently because they spray it in seaweed, so it's highly nutrient for the cows as well.
They use the cow dung with a
that was desalination.
Yeah, desalination of the water, so that they have the fresh water for the cows to drink. And then the top level was the cows. The middle level was like
milking,
the sort of
I think.
Milking and production of the milk and distribution of the milk. And then the lower ground floor under the water, basically, which was beautifully called, was a cheesery, if that's the word.
Fromagerie. The other thing is they used to go around Rotterdam and pick up all the old bread and stuff.
Oh yeah, forgot that bit.
And that was
feed.
Yeah.
Being made into feed.
And then with the cow dung, they're now producing it into building materials.
Oh yes, yeah.
So it was very clever. But you made me think about the check your laptop just in case.
Check your laptop.
It's working. It made me think about gyms, because there was a gym once, I can't remember, I think it was the States, where if everything was self-powered, so like the treadmills and all of that.
You have to run on the treadmills and run on the bikes.
It would work out how much energy you're producing, and that would reduce the fees, your monthly fees.
What? So how many people are using a treadmill or a bike?
So if someone's using a treadmill self-powered, obviously you're producing wattage.
Yeah.
Or power, so like this old bike and stuff, and it was all plugged in, so that energy was then put back into the system, and so would reduce the cost of electricity and all the others, and then they would give a reduction of fees to the client. Because of how much. Well, the problem is a marathon runner would go in.
Well, as I say, you're just wondering, get endurance people, runners.
But there must be a cleverer way of doing gyms.
Because most people now are doing more weight stuff than so much. All the gyms are changing and evolving. Where they used to have like a whole bank of 20 treadmills, they've now got a quarter amount of that. It's all free weights and spin class. Spin class is probably the only one that you could probably do.
Yeah,
still,
I still like my idea. Do you remember my idea?
What's your idea?
So you've got treadmills or bikes, other cardiovascular equipment is available, and you're in front of a mirror, and you're linked to your heart rate, and the heart rate is based on your percentage of training, and once you hit a certain percentage of training, the mirror demists, and you've got a pole dancer. Male or female, and then obviously if you obviously go too low, it mists up again, and you lose. I think
there's certain private members clubs that probably would buy that. I don't think general gyms. It's family.
I think that could be massive.
Family gym.
Well, you could you get rewarded with. I don't know, what would a family gym have behind the mirror? Little puppy dogs playing.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I think this could be massive. What could we call it?
In certain private members clubs. There we are. You've got plenty of
There's no sex. You're not masturbating.
Well, it is but the trouble is, you will get weirdos. That's
the thing. We vet them.
Do you?
Yes.
What, the people behind the mirrors?
No, those. Well, obviously they have to be very flexible.
Is that?
That would just be me and Lecky.
Is that an AI image, like not an actual person?
No, it would be real. And you can see them when they come out occasionally. You have meet and greet.
Oh my God.
I've thought it all.
You are really quite weird.
It's not that. It's massive. I'm gonna pitch it to Tom, who runs Nuffield in Kingston. I think this could be massive.
I'm not sure Tom will go for that.
Yeah, I think he will.
Well, he might personally, but I'm not sure Nuffield will.
You don't say it's. Oh, yeah.
All right, never say never.
If it improves people's fitness and health and well-being, then
they have a heart attack because they get too excited.
Well, there is that. That Danish footballer had another heart attack on the pitch. Do you hear that?
No.
The guy, who did he play for? I should know more information. So he had a heart attack on the pitch 4 years ago.
Yes, I remember that. And they all
which
crowded
was very,
around
very
him
scary.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're having a friendly game. He's 32 now. And he had basically a defib fitted within him, I forget what they call, which restarts the heart if it stops. And he collapsed in the game. He walked himself off. He came back to consciousness, but the rest of the Danish team were
I'm not sure
shitting themselves. But yeah, sorry, heart attacks.
Yeah, not very nice.
So that's my idea of the gym. But I think modernising, because if you look around, it made me look at things completely differently. Like, how can we be more efficient? I always go on about this, but the amount of people in the world, and just putting the bins out weekly. And you look along the street.
And we're fairly good, but it's packaging. It's the packaging of buying, even fruits and vegetables. You can't, yes, there is, but then it's still the packaging of...
But our mate from New Zealand, Gordon, was like, is everything in plastic here? Everything. And now they don't provide paper bags in Sainsbury's, so you have to bring your own bag, which is fine. But if you forget, you can't do it. So you're not going to put 4 oranges, 4 apples, whatever, in your... trolley.
Sometimes I do. If it's a bit like, a bigger piece of fruit.
But we did try and do that, didn't we? Where we tried not to use... But you can't with things like berries. They won't
they're starting to do some of the fruit, the soft berries and things like that, into more cardboard. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because you can...
But it's still got a plastic top, hasn't it?
No, yeah, it does have a plastic film. But I don't understand why they need to cover it. But you have nutters who will go and just eat stuff
Well, no, it's not also that would crush
them.
But I do think, after watching that, you look around and you go, surely we can do things more efficiently. If this couple can do what they did with this floating farm in Rotterdam, and they've ticked so many boxes. Use of food wastage is huge now. That's massive, and they're using that. It was very, 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 very clever.
But that's the thing with pigs are really handy for that, aren't they? For food wastage, because they just eat.
But then that was the sad story about pigs. So they chose a traditional breed of pig. I don't know, it was called the spotted dick. Let's call it.
Okay.
And then he was very sad when he had to send them to the slaughterhouse. But then the slaughterhouseman showed him the difference between his pigs and a modern pig, and the amount of fat that was on his. He goes, I can't do much with this. I can't make bacon with it. Can only make sausages.
Yeah.
And so you can everything's changed.
So the cost of everything has changed.
Well, no, but the way that we've even breeding animals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so also the cost to him he lose money because you'll get less money probably for sausages than you would for really good bacon. Sausages. I don't know.
Sausages.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
But yeah.
World Cup football, I'm not going to talk about it much because obviously it's just about to happen, and we talked about it last week, but the funny things I have seen, I think we should become Norwegian. I mean, you went there recently, but actually to become Norwegian.
What, with the big clap?
So they've got the Norwegian fans and everything are amazing. So they've arrived in America for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And they're already taking over certain areas of America with their massive sort of crowd things. But they've also got this amazing rowing thing in the crowd. So they literally have someone almost like a massive drum, and the whole crowd is good. Like they're rowing a massive Viking boat. It's really cool.
I haven't seen that.
So I sent it to our friend Len. I was like, right, we're going to be, when England are not playing, we will be Norwegian.
Yeah.
Because
I've been fine by
and
Norway,
also what's his name? Plays for Man City. Tall blonde, Haaland.
Haaland. Yeah.
So their Norwegian team photo. They're all dressed in traditional Viking.
Yes.
Literally on the shore of whether it's a backdrop, I don't know, but it looks like
they're
the
England team, like vest, Stella, and a cigarette.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really nice.
There's all talk because there's so many more games happening now, and the competition goes on for longer. The big talk within the teams is injury prevention, because to start with in the pool games, I think they have 6 days recovery, and then as it goes through, they get less and less. And between, if you get to the quarter semis final, I think there's only 3 days gap. So to allow full recovery, that's the big thing they're all talking about. Is how,
and also the further you go into it, the more likely you're going to want to keep your top team on, rather than rotate and have
toe punt Susie. Nice.
What would your name be?
I was quite good at a curling ball.
What's a different sport? Curling.
Good point. I was a sliding tackle merchant. Difficult to do on Astro.
Sliding ginge.
Yeah, not angry ginge, sliding ginge.
Sliding ginge.
I've done with you showing my knowledge of angry ginge.
Only because we have teenagers and we know what it is.
No, because I'm down with youth.
Are you?
I train a lot of youth.
Yeah, but they don't understand what you're saying.
No, I mentioned John Travolta the other day. One of them started dancing. I said, nice, look like John Travolta. You said something
else as well the other day. Who else did you say to them? They didn't know who you were talking about. Not John Travolta, it was something else.
Val Doonican?
No, you said his hair. You said he looked like...
Coolio.
Coolio.
The rapper.
And he was like, who?
And who? I went, I had to show him, and he went, is that 80s? Was Coolio? No, Coolio would have been later than that.
Well, yeah, maybe 90s. Late 80s, early 90s.
90s, I think. But yeah, they were just like, what? He just done his hair all braided or whatever it was, didn't it? So, and you look like Coolio. He was like, who? Oh, fuck.
Well, you are quite old. Bless him.
I didn't mention Val Doonican.
Well, that's your
Bygraves.
Father's era. He's 94.
Bygraves.
But your dad now looks like Akabilk.
Yes, he's got a brilliant goatee. He used to absolutely
actually,
take the piss
I
out
showed photos of him yesterday. I looked at him and I thought he looks like Kirk Douglas. You know, that sort of... Because he's got that white hair. Or Kirk Douglas in a movie role, maybe with a beard, or...
Yeah.
Michael Douglas's same sort of face.
94.
Worked out our dog Yogi is 94 as well.
Yes. It hasn't got a goatee.
Actually older than your dad because his birthday is April. And your dad's June.
Very mature.
So he's so much older. Bless him. Forget he's 94, little boy. Not your dad.
Not my dad.
Not your dad.
Little boy.
Little boy Yogi.
We had a nice game of golf. 3 generations.
Yes.
He was driving the cart. Flynn was in the cart with him. And me playing golf. It was very nice, and he gave me a very big compliment.
Your dad did?
Yeah, yesterday actually when I spoke to him, because I didn't realise your timing, you could be a phenomenal golfer.
Right, well that's it. Stop this bloody gym lot. Get out there and start earning millions as a golfer.
I still don't have the temperament for it.
Doesn't matter. Just go Happy Gilmore.
I played.
Who is a current golfer or past or present that used to be a bit more feisty on
Lee Trevino
on the golf course?
Sevi Ballesteros. A lot of the Spanish were very. They'd show their emotion a lot, and then you had Americans. Who gets angry? I'm trying to think of some of the modern golfers that actually show.
What's the?
I mean, I don't know how they don't. You know, when you do a duff shot, or you get unlucky, that must be tough. And how you bounce back. All the Jordan Spieths and all these guys are so controlled.
How they are who they are. You know, why they play that game, because. I think if they were more, it's supposed to be like tennis players as well. Sometimes, you know, they have a massive hissy fit, but then they have to. You have to literally just like reset back in, control for the point.
You know? Can you name me any of the past or present tennis players who's never smashed their racket on the court?
Who hasn't?
Never. All the others. There's like lists of them. Flimmers pulling out. No. Nadal.
He's too busy pulling his shorts out of his bum. He's too busy doing his little.
Murray was 32 times. I remember that for some reason.
I said Federer. I can't believe Federer has. He's like Mr. Cool, calm, collect.
I'll have to look it up. It was definitely Nadal. Never. Considering how far, I mean, he that documentary is very good. That he comes across very well.
Yeah, but he probably releases it in other ways. Whereas I think the ones who smash the rackets, it was just sort of
he screamed a bit.
Point. Yeah, that's what I mean. So he releases it, and also he does all his little routine, his little
pulls the shorts out of his arse,
out of his bum, his wedges.
Yeah.
So maybe that sort of just is his little reset.
I've told you about my little tick going into the toilet at the gym. Toe tap with the left, toe tap with the right. Here we go.
And apparently I'm the weirdo.
You are.
I know, but I admit that. But you do weird shit as well. It's a whole family of weirdos. But it makes me,
and if also the other
What if you don't do it? What if you haven't got time? What if you're
like always time
in a
tap,
rush?
Tap. No, there's tap. It can do it very quickly.
What? So you tap the side of the wall?
No.
Well,
go into the toilet.
Cubicle.
Go into the cubicle. As I step right before I go into the toilet cubicle, I tap with my left, and as I go...
Tap what, though?
My left toe to the floor.
Okay, the floor.
And then the right toe to the floor, and then I'm in. So and then the other one, if I wake up early... This is Mark's advice today. Okay. So, you know... as we get older, people don't tend to sleep as well, and you're struggling with it sometimes, but you're better at the moment. When I wake up in the middle of the night, so last night I woke up exactly at midnight, 00:00. But whatever time I wake up, if it's before my alarm, I look at it and I smile.
Why do you look at your watch?
Just to give me an idea of where I'm at. If it was 15 minutes before my alarm, I'd get up and get on with it.
Okay.
But I look at it, and if it is early, even if it's like 45 minutes, I smile, because that puts me in a calm state and go, oh, celebrate, you've still got more time in bed, rather than go, oh, fucking hell.
It's a bit...
But I think it's a very good point. I think everyone should do it. So rather than like looking at watching, oh, Jesus, you actually smile and go, oh, that's all right, I've got another 2 hours.
Because I wear glasses, and I don't wear them when I'm sleeping, funny enough, I look at my watch and I can see the outline, obviously, because I don't have numbers on my watch. I can see the hand position, because I'm a 54-year-old woman. I know how to tell the time on an analogue clock. But sometimes if it's like in betweeny,
yes, you can't tell.
I'm like, is that 7? Is that 6? Is that 7? I can't work that out.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. I could get you one of these. Could tell you your foot strike thing or whatever it's called.
Well, it changed to this type because obviously they illuminate at night. Whereas before I had a G-Shock or something that had digital and
but
tiny little...
have a light on it.
Yeah, but even I still can't see the numbers because they're too small.
What about one of those clocks that reflect onto the wall?
Brilliant. No.
You just lie there like looking at it.
Finney had that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Broke, I think.
Broke.
Bless him. Anyway, hope you've been sleeping well.
So smile when you wake up.
Smile when you wake up, whatever the time, and go, hurrah!
And go to a gym with misty windows. Misty Mirrors. That's the name of the gym. Misty Mirrors.
Yeah, but that just sounds really seedy and disgusting.
What else could you call it?
Smeary mirrors.
Oh, that is wrong.
But not call it that, but that's what it gives me vibes when you say Misty Mirrors.
Moist mirrors.
It's not.
Come to them.
Just don't say those words.
Come to moist. No.
Come to Misty Mirrors.
It will be massive.
I'm sure it will be, but it needs to be in a side road and a warehouse.
No. You open it up. You don't make sex dirty. Dirty. You don't make sex dirty.
Well, you can't have kids.
It's not sex. You're not having.
Well, it is.
Well, kids would be a famous footballer or someone they really like.
Maybe you can select. Skills. So if you've got a screen, you can select like your avatar.
Ideal. Yes, exactly.
So make an avatar, not a real person.
Oh, okay.
So it's an avatar.
Who would you have? Ooh. Oh, we know Brad Pitt will be there.
Yeah, but probably in the gym, maybe like Chris Hemsworth. You'd have Chris Hemsworth as well.
Oh, he's a good looking lad.
Just because he's a bit more beefy.
I'd go surfing with him.
Brad Pitt would be fun to hang out with, but... No?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
But, yeah.
I think Chris Hemsworth would be a bit more us.
Okay. I'll ring him.
Up for doing some...
I'll tell him about Misty Mirrors.
See if he wants to invest. Maybe he does.
They're all doing it in football clubs. Why not invest it into a sex gym?
Maybe don't pitch it like that.
Okay.
Because he's got kids and he's a family man.
All right.
Brad Pitt probably... He's not such a family man, is he? Allegedly.
It's all allegedly.
Allegedly by the press, who we love. Okay, love you, bye.